and that was one of the lowest, even comparing to our neighbor Cote d'Ivoire. So this is something that you can take up, but how can we also, as civil society organization, uh, more like tickle or advocate within the public sector so that government can improve upon the expenditure on research, not necessarily within the academia, but in, in professional research as well. And then the second part, despite the fact that the past 2 years we were faced by this COVID-19, you still went ahead and achieved a lot. I wanted to find out how does that affected the direction of the current strategic plan. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Saidu, and we acknowledge the works that NDPC has been doing within the domain over the years, and which is why we're happy to partner with you guys a lot more and going forward. And like you rightly mentioned, the key challenge that we've had as a country has been with how much investments have been made into research and development. And it's something that we had started something also quickly about monitoring expenditure for research across departments, something we wanted to do with the Ministry of Finance and then the Ministry of Science and Technology, but we didn't go so much into that. And these are areas that we want to get into a lot more for. I understand that Honorable is ready now, and so we would want to pause on this and then have Honorable speak to us. After the launch, then we can take a few more remarks. Thank you, Saidu. Honorable, so if you are there, you may want to take the floor for us. Hello, Honorable. We see that you are online, you are unmuted as well. So you may want to speak to us, please. So it seems Honorable is still not ready with us. So let's just pick a few more and then we can do something else. So we had seen earlier, Mohammed Awal, your hand was up. So you may want to do that and then Ronald will finish for us. Then we can proceed to do the next things.
Yeah, thank you, Ketchoff. For me, mine is just a solidarity message. I think that PACS, in the last 2 to 3 years or so, CDD Ghana has been associated with you in trying to advance evidence use practices at the subnational government level. And
hello. Hello.
Hello, Honorable, is that you?
Hello.
Yes, Honorable, we can hear you. If you can hear us, you can proceed, please.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, very well. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm very sorry for the technical difficulties that we've been having, but now, thank God, we've been able to resolve. So I'll go straight to provide my remarks. The Executive Director of PAX Africa, Chairperson of the Board of Directors, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen gathered. It's a pleasure to join you all as we launch the next strategic plan of the organization, PAX Africa. As the theme for the occasion suggests, we are all together launching the strategic takeoff of the organization for evidence-informed decision-making, EIDM. Hence, I will offer a few remarks of the concept of EIDM and how essential evidence is to our governance process in Ghana and at the regional level. To start with, ladies and gentlemen, societies since primordial era have been involved in decision-making. So to suggest that evidence-informed decision-making is a new paradigm in decision-making circles is very erroneous. This notwithstanding, a critical concern remains, especially for evidence used in public policy, and to quiz whose voice is being heard in decision-making, and what is the quality of that voice. This question, therefore, challenges practitioners of evidence-informed decision-making and evidence-informed policy-making across the various spheres of governance, from local governance through national policy discourses to those heard at national and international fora. In this regard, therefore, EIDM may be considered a pluralist approach to governance, through which the voice of a wide variety of stakeholders are involved in policy-making processes. By that, it deviates from purely technocratic, charismatic, or populist governance, which suggests the need to carefully blend different factors that influence decision-making, including the availability of financial resources, the economics, sociocultural considerations, environmental impacts, and obviously the political gains or losses. Distinguished guests, let me bring this complexity further home. As a member of parliament in the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana, I represent the good people of Oforikrom constituency, the Ashanti region of this republic. I equally represent a dominant political philosophy in Ghanaian politics, which is embodied in principles of the New Patriotic Party. Prior to joining Parliament, I had built an academic profession in environmental policy and natural resource management, which has informed my service on technical committees of Parliament, such as the Environment, Science and Technology Committee, the Roads and Transport Committee, and the Gender and Children Committee. Now, how do I combine policy narratives from these different perspectives, technical, political, and representational, with those from other competing interests? Such is the complexity of evidence use in the governance process. And apart from our regular economic constraints to public policy making, government agencies like the Parliament of Ghana are faced with many more challenges, such as the limited availability of data and evidence resources, quality issues with the few available ones, competing policy needs, time constraints, and a largely uncooperative organizational context, among others. It is therefore refreshing to know that organizations such as PAX Africa exist to render support for enhancing institutional capacity towards evidence-based learning. Listening to earlier submissions this evening, I noticed that PAX Africa has in the past 5 years been involved in initiatives that enhance capacity of some government agencies in Ghana and beyond. I'm also reliably informed that there has been some previous collaborations with the Interdepartmental Research and Information Group of the Parliament of Ghana including the 2019 Africa Evidence Week celebrations. This event was launched at that time by the then Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Aban Kingsford Suman Barbin, representing the then Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Barbin, who is now become the Right Honorable Speaker of this 8th Parliament. This is a demonstration that despite our political differences in this legislature, we are able to build consensus on key initiatives that aim at institutional and national development. And we encourage many more organizations to extend such support to us. Considering the existing relationship between Parliament and Pax Africa, we hope to see even better collaborations with this new strategic plan that is being launched today. And where support is needed to navigate internal processes within the legislature, my door remains open to facilitate successful engagement on your programs. But let me challenge you to extend this support to other government agencies that need them, beyond those with whom you have engaged in the last 5 years. So I want to thank you once again for the opportunity to launch this new strategic document. And on that note, I declare the plan duly launched. God bless us all, even as we make
Thank you very much, Honorable. We really appreciate the time. And that was just a little fireworks to acknowledge your launching. So we really appreciate that. So quickly, we will move to the closing remarks by the board chair for Pax Africa, and then we will move back to the goodwill messages that colleagues were sharing. So Dr. Duncan, if you are there, you may want to take over for us.
Thank you very much, Edie, and thank you, Honorable, for that great presentation. We are grateful to have you. We hope that anytime we come to you, you will respond and give us such a message, excited and the excitement and all that it comes with. It's been good.
Yeah.
And, congratulations to Pax, and thank you so much, Honorable. I want to make a brief statement on behalf of the board, and just to say that it looks like yesterday, when this organization was set up or was started, and with the invitation thrown to some of us to join the first board meeting at Max Lot Hotel in Accra. Although I could not make it to the first meeting, discussions during the second meeting hosted by the board chairman at the time, in the person of Dr. Musa Adams, seemed a little hazy. Many members sought to understand in practical terms the value proposition of this organization, considering the policy-making process in Ghana was yet to place premium on developing a culture of evidence use. Today, Pax Africa is 5 years, reviewing progress made even in the midst of many constraints. I am only challenged to offer much more support to this mission to influence the use of research and other forms of knowledge in the development of policies in Africa, especially under demonstrated leadership of young people. Young people are energetic and innovative. With the power of digital technologies, they are able to mobilize into transformative forces for growth and development. A major constraint identified among this demographic is the ability to demonstrate leadership. Hence, we owe it to them if we desire to groom them to take up transformative roles. The current leadership of Parks Africa has demonstrated this quality, in addition to the resilience needed to withstand contrasting forces. I observe that the organization has been progressively growing its competence to manage its affairs across the necessary domains for productivity and corporate governance. For instance, the careful blend of professionals across age brackets, gender, and regional representation is testament of a desire to grow sustainably across the continent. There is also an alignment of operational activities to global goals, which we consider to be a first step to interconnect operations with aspirations of the African people. As the body overseeing strategic direction of the organization, we are committed to support management to get better in its initiatives, but most importantly, to operate within the boundaries of good corporate governance. We are enthused by the kind of people or the representation even at this forum, and the few comments so far received indicate that there are prospects if the leadership actually commit themselves to what goals that have been set for themselves. We look forward to truly consolidating gains made in the coming years. Congratulations to Park Africa, and we say Ayuko. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Duncan. We really appreciate your support over the years as well, and the support of the board. At this point, we will want to open the opportunity again for colleagues who wanted to share a few words before we call the event to a close. So earlier we had Mohammed Awal. If you are in there, you may want to continue. Sorry, you were rudely interrupted, but if you're in there, you may want to finish up your point for us. Otherwise, I see Ronald, your hand is up. You may want to do that for us, please, Ronald.
Yeah, thank you very much, Keshavs. And let me also add my voice in congratulating you for the launch of your strategic plan. And I would also want to commend what you have done in a very short period. You've been really working and doing tremendous work to promote the use of evidence in policy and practice. And I'm sure the 5 years is also enabled you to learn what works and what doesn't in strengthening evidence-informed decision-making. And this has also assisted you in defining your strategic priorities. This, I'm sure, will reposition you to be able to scale up and also be in a position to respond to emerging trends. I also noted that the work that you have been doing also overlaps with what we do as well. For the benefit of colleagues, I am from the Zimbabwe Evidence Informed Policy Network, and we are based in Harare, Zimbabwe, and we promote the use of evidence in policy and practice, especially through organizational capacity development and also strengthening individual skills, including the national ecosystem. And I particularly would like to commend you for launching even that mentorship program. In our work, we've realized that the use of champions in policy-making institutions helps a lot in promoting the use of evidence in policy and practice. And I'm sure this mentorship program will be able to produce those individuals who will be able to champion this cause. And lastly, I would also want to add that considering that we are also working in various countries, we are also open here in Southern Africa to be able to collaborate. And I noted that you specified Malawi as one of the countries that you're working in. We are also structuring an entity in Malawi that will also work in the evidence-informed decision-making space. And I think it will be a good opportunity to also collaborate. Thank you very much. And once again, congratulations. Thank you.
Very welcome. And those are kind words from you, Ronald. We acknowledge the good works that yourselves and other colleagues around the continent have been doing. And as mentioned by others who have spoken earlier, and also by our honorable MP who addressed us, we need to keep working together towards a regional approach. And we have Ruth Stewart, who is here representing the Africa Center for Evidence. So that is a body already that we are organized under. So we may want to expand our contributions in there to see how we can work together, draw the synergies out of the different initiatives we're running to see how we can improve lives and livelihoods in our respective countries. Thank you, colleagues, everyone who managed to join us for today. We see people dropping messages also. We acknowledge them all. The goodwill messages are well noted and appreciated. At this point, we may want to call the event to a close. And thank you all once again for making time. At the appropriate time, we will be getting into in touch with all of us and discuss how we can take these ideas and initiatives within the strategic plan forward within Ghana and in our respective countries as well. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Thank you.
See you again another time. Bye.
Great.
Bye.
Thank you and congratulations.
Bye. Congratulations for the success.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Congratulations.
Looking forward to the
Bye.
next move.
Yeah, bye.
Great. Bye.
Thank you and congratulations too.